Hey, what's up, family? Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. Today is October 28th, and today is Monday. So here we are, Move Mondays. I haven't been able to be as consistent as I would like to be with Move Mondays. Some changes and transitions in life have changed my consistency and that kind of thing. So, yeah, but here we are. Here we are. What's up, Junior? Thanks for hanging out. Let's see if I can throw you a wave. How's your Monday going? Hope your Monday is well. Drop a line and let me know how it's going so far. So yeah, Move Mondays. I really miss Move Mondays because at one point in time I was able to do it every Monday, and my goal now is to get back up to par, to be here every Monday. And if you never watched Move Mondays before, then the quick what is it about? It's just a time for me to connect with my people. Hey Lanie, how you doing? Miss you. Much love to you. It's just Move Monday is just about a time with connecting with my people. So here we are, and my goal will be to get back into the saddle and be able to do Move Mondays every Monday, because it's my check-in with the people to see how you're doing. Please drop a line if you just tuned in with how your weekend has been going, or how your weekend has gone, and how your Monday is so far. So bring you up on a bit of a speed, bring you up to speed on a few things as far as my life and what's going on, what my Monday is like today, what my weekend was like. I had a pretty challenging weekend. I've been dealing with some health stuff over the course of the past couple months, dealing with my back, and then recently like an upper respiratory thing. Hey, Miss Edith, thanks for hanging out. How's your Monday going so far? And let me know if you all can hear me as well. Doing a quick sound check. So just drop a thumbs up, drop a you sound good, whatever. So the weekend was a bit challenging. I've been dealing with some health stuff that kind of started with my back. And I've been going to the chiropractor, but things started to increase. And trying to figure out what it is, kind of been on that path for a minute. And then recently, hey Gary, thanks for hanging out. Let me know if you all can hear me clearly. Recently, I started dealing with some like upper respiratory stuff, and even some symptoms of like a urinary tract kind of thing. And hey Steven, thanks for hanging out. Fever, chills, like a bunch of stuff that could, okay, cool, thanks Gary. A bunch of stuff that could be related to different things, and in trying to figure it out and then trying to read the signs, yeah, it's been a time. For the past week, I've been having like some rough sleepless nights because of the symptoms or what have you. So this past weekend, on Saturday, I went to an urgent care and was able to get some tests done and that kind of thing. And it doesn't seem like I have a UTI, and based on the other symptoms I gave, it didn't seem like I had kidney infection or that kind of thing. But the good news is that I feel really good today. Today is day 3 of me taking an antibiotic, doxycycline, for those that are familiar. And that's for fighting different kind of infections. And so I've been taking that, and for a while, like for the past at least like 3 or 4 weeks, I haven't really felt like myself. Like, you know how, you know, you can tell when something's not right. Like, even if you don't know what it is, you just know that you're not feeling like 100% like yourself, you know? So I've been feeling that way, dealing with some different things, and, you know, it got really challenging to where like my everyday, you know, has been impeded on by, you know, my back and these other kind of things that's been happening. So, yeah, but I still been trying to, you know, push forward, make strides or whatever. And this particular, hey Angela, thanks for watching. How's your Monday going so far? With this particular antibiotic that they gave me, so far it's been really working well. Like I today is the best that I felt in a while. Like where I feel like I'm approaching back to myself. And then I also figured out a few things as far as my back to help. My personal brand and my channel is about education and information, so I like to share the stuff that I learned to be able to help others as well. So I started doing something called the McKinsey technique. For those that don't know, it's like when you lay on the floor and you do like a push-up, but instead of letting your torso come off the ground, you're just pushing the upper part of your body. And if you're dealing with like a herniated disc or sciatica, which I believe is what I may be dealing with, it helps to push the gel from your disc back, and it's a form of physical therapy. Hey Shannon, thanks for watching, bro. How's your weekend? Hey Dennis, thanks for watching. How's your weekend? How's your Monday going? So I've been doing that, and that's been giving me some new results that I think are positive. I've been feeling better as far as my back pain. And then in addition to some of the exercises that my chiropractor gave me, I also, for the first time yesterday, did a back decompression. And for those that don't know, that's like making space in between your disc, your vertebrae is pulling it apart. So there's different ways to do that. You can do that with an inversion table. Hey Richard, thanks for hanging out. You can do that with an inversion table, and there's other home remedies to do that. So one of the ways that is easy to do that is if you go to the gym and you just take a pull-up bar and you just hang from the bar, and instead of pulling yourself and doing a pull-up, you just allow slowly for your weight to just drop. Keep your toes like lightly touching the ground, and you just allow your weight to just drop to the lower half of your body, and you hold it as long as you can. So I did that for the first time yesterday, and I think it really had a huge result, because for the past week or so, yeah man, are you doing aqua therapy, Gary? Yeah bro, that's really cool. So tell me if you heard about some of these things that I'm saying too, because I found these to be really helpful too. So my chiropractor has me doing like bird dogs, where you're on your knee and you one arm out, the opposite leg out. I'm doing bridges where you lay on your back and push your pelvis up. I'm doing planks. I'm doing side leg raises, hamstring and piriformis stretches. And those things were working, but I still was feeling like this really tough pain in the middle of my back, and I couldn't get rid of it. I couldn't figure out what it was, and in trying to diagnose it, we hadn't gotten to that point yet. And that's some other things I'll talk about too, and why I'm doing a GoFundMe, because I'm going to talk about a GoFundMe that I'm doing for myself and that kind of thing. So first time yesterday, did the back decompression, hung from the bar, did it about maybe 6 times or so, and then got to the point, that works as well, stretching. Yeah, I got to the point where I was able to achieve, right? And when I tell you, like, last night for the first time, I slept through the night without waking up because of back pain, and then some other symptoms that I was dealing with like frequent urination at night, and just some other things that I think has to do with an infection, a bacterial infection that I believe I have gotten or whatever. But the back pain thing. Hey James, thanks for watching, bro. How's everything going? How's your Monday going so far? From that back decompression, like, I was able to sleep last night, and for the first time today, a lot of my back pain is gone. And I mean, like, it got to the point really where, it was just chronic. It was just all day, and with what I do, being a musician, I'm sitting for many hours of the day, and then being an engineer in the studio, same thing. So it's been rough. So that really helped. Between that and, like I said, this antibiotic that I'm on for these other symptoms, so I think I might be moving in a good direction, and I'm excited about continuing to, do some more self-care around myself with that. So that brings me to the next piece of the pie, which is, I'm one of those people that deals with, one of the realities of living in the Americas, right? And all the greatness that we have, there's some things that's not so great. And one of those things is our healthcare system, especially as far as affording insurance. So I've always been a person that's had insurance, and for this last year, I've been on a plan where it's like, something like $450 a month, $440 a month. Crazy, right? But you have to have insurance. So dealing with some different financial challenges these last couple months, I no longer have insurance, and I had to wind up letting it go. And I applied for Medicaid, but I was turned down. And y'all know how that is. Almost everybody gets turned down for Medicaid. So that's been unfortunate because, right around this time where I've needed it, I haven't had it. So fortunately, with this past weekend coming with out-of-pocket cost, it wasn't too bad going to an urgent care and getting this antibiotic. And I'm going to be scheduled next month to go to a urologist to have a second check to, see if anything else is going on, if this antibiotic doesn't work. It seems like this antibiotic is doing the trick. Hey, Dwayne, thanks for hanging out. So yeah, the lack of health insurance, right? So what I'm trying to do, and I'm really trying to do like a big boost to my life by working on some things that I can really work on heavily myself with as much, of my own power that I can do, and then also to try to get support as well. So I think in 90 days I'll have health insurance because the open enrollment is coming around, and I did get approved last year. And even if it's the high cost again, I think I may be able to get back into it. And I'm trying to work on some things. Hey, Andre, how's your weekend, bro? I'm trying to work on some things financially to where in 90 days, I can change my situation. I'll tell you all what that's about in a few minutes. But my point being that what I'm trying to get is help in order to make it through these next 90 days and be able to take care of some things abroad. Like, I almost look at it like a bridge over troubled water kind of campaign, right? So productivity is the name of the game. Between self-care and then productivity as far as my business, my career, and that kind of thing, and just some regular things that we all deal with. So what that equals is I'm going to try to do a campaign, and I figured I'd start talking about it now. Probably several thousand, probably at minimum $5,000, right? I may actually try to raise $10,000 because what I realize is that if I can take care of a few things over these next 90 days and I can get support doing that, I can set some things in place. Sometimes you just need a boost to get the wheels turning, and then once the wheels are turning, then everything starts coasting. And in my situation, I realize that's what I need. So, hey, Paulette, hope you're watching. Thanks for hanging out. So yeah, it's like a wheels turning kind of thing. As happens in life, there are many things that happen to us, and I've kind of been in a situation where it's just been like one thing after the other, and not having too much support has, meant that I've been doing the best I can to keep it going, but when you just got different things falling down. So one thing is, see that right there? That right there. Hey, what's up, A? Thanks for hanging out. How's your weekend? How's your Monday going? See that right there? I'm going to outline it with my hand. That right there is a computer, of course, as you can see. That computer is actually my main workhorse computer, and right now it's down. It's been good to me, but right now it's down. And I don't really have the finances to be able to get it moving again because I got a couple other things that went down too as far as my productivity. A couple other gadgets, my cameras, a couple other recorders, my audio software, it's a few things. So in trying to navigate that, what I figured was if I can get some support in order to fix a few of the things that I need to, then I can get back to my level of productivity so that in my business of production and that kind of thing, I can get some things done and be able to not just survive but thrive, right? So there's that, and there's a few other things. And then around the self-care piece, taking care of a few things, even medically or what have you, that after these next 90 days, I think I'll be good at, but just getting through there. So there's those kind of things. And one other thing too, so I stay with my dad, and many of you all that have different living situations, you know how beneficial it could be when you could team up with family, right? So that's a good thing as far as at least being able to save on expenses. But my dad was kind of in a situation where, and this is corporate America, you know, and monopolies and all this kind of stuff. Comcast is a decent company as far as internet, but they also screwed him over big time. And during the time when I did the $1 for Dad campaign, and I was able to raise like $64,000, or I was able to land a grant for $64,000 to fix up his house. He had to move out. During that time, they didn't. He set it up where they would shut off his cable and everything because he wasn't living here. But for some odd reason, they did not do that. And then furthermore, they kept charging him for the months that he wasn't here. So when he came back to live, then he's got this like over $1,000 bill, and it wasn't his fault, right? So we tried to get help, and we were actually helped by somebody that was really sincere at Comcast, which can be rare, but we were fortunate. And hey Renee, thanks for watching. How's your weekend? How's your Monday? The person helped us out, right? And the person got the bill down to like $487, but like even that's still crazy and over the top. So what that means is that for me, because my because my productivity is with what I do as a producer, as an engineer, just in my everyday livelihood, because it is highly dependent on my internet in order to be able to upload files and get videos out and upload music and send stuff to clients and like all that kind of stuff. My work productivity has been at a snail's pace, unfortunately. Like, oh my gosh. And I've been being patient and trying to just work through what I have. But it's like, it's so impeding. I was like, okay, I have to do something different. So, there's that in there, which is about 500 or so. And yeah, just trying to really like build the bridge over the water, right? And so, in this recent past, like I've done 2 other GoFundMes that were really successful for other people. And so I just thought about it the other day. I was like, you know what? I need to do a damn GoFundMe for myself. Like I've raised, $21,000 for, you guys know Ama, and those that don't, a partner, my partner and, best friend. And when she was dealing with some things, some unfortunate tragic incidents in her life, and I was able to raise like $21,000. And then my dad, I did a $1 for Dad campaign to be able to renovate his home because he was in an unfortunate, circumstance, and landed like a $64,000 grant through that campaign. Another friend of mine raised like $1,000. So I'm like, okay, it's time for me to try to work that magic for myself, right? So yeah, with all of that being said, that's something that I'm going to launch this week, and I'm just really hoping to get support for it, because what I realized is that if I could get the support to get through these next 90 days and really take care of a lot of like urgent necessities, then with what I'm building and with what I'm doing as far as my productivity time, in that meantime, I'll be able to be at like, back to ground zero to build like strongly from there. And all my efforts over the next 90 days, I believe are going to be super fruitful as they start to pan out after that with residual income and that kind of thing. So yeah, that's the first part of this. And please drop a line, if you feel a brother in any way, if you are interested or available to support. And I'll be unveiling that probably tomorrow. I'm probably going to put it out there. Second thing, okay, totally different tip, right? So my personal brand, within my career is about a number of things. You got music, you also got information, education, and humor. I think this next thing falls in the humor and the education or information phase, right? So how we have these different sayings, like shucking and jiving, nook and cranny, like these different sayings where it's like, where do these things come from, right? So I always think about them and joke and laugh to myself. And this morning I was talking to a close friend of mine, and I happened to mention nook and cranny, and we just stopped and kind of joked about it, like, where did that come from? So I put it on my timeline, but here's the origin of Nook and Cranny. And I wish I had a screen thing so I could show you a display, but I'll just read it to you. So the origin of Nook and Cranny is the idiom originated in the 14th century. Let me switch to music. I want to play for you all. The other thing that I'm going to tell you about, and we'll start here. This song is called Yellows of Spring, if you haven't heard it. This is from my newest project, which I just released this week. And it's on my website, aaronhilltv.com. You can click on the music tab. I also have, so I'll diverge for a second. Let me talk about this, and then I'll go to that. I have, Key Reflections is a highly anticipated and long-awaited album for many people because I've been talking about it for a while, and I even released it before. But the new version of it is out. Key Reflection Volume 1 is a solo piano album with 2 bonus tracks with my good friend Akil Raphael on steel pan for those 2 bonus tracks. And it is deep for me where I am in life right now. Solo piano is something that's a really intimate journey for me, and it's a place where now I'm even appreciating myself more and getting ready to do a lot of work in that area. Speaking of which, if you have an organization or church or some other kind of gathering or organization or function, I am doing solo piano concerts. And so please hit me up if you're interested in that, because I'm making my rounds and I would love to come serve you through this gift, this means, this mechanism. This album is 52 minutes. It features 10 songs, all original except for 2 covers on there. And I'm actually getting ready to record the second version of this as well. I have a YouTube music video, or how could I put this? The full album is on YouTube, and it's basically all 10 songs lined up back to back, and several of these songs are music videos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 10 are music videos. So if you go to my YouTube channel, Aaron Hill TV, please check this out. I think it's a really great experience, and even the way that I kicked it off, I just talk about what the experience is for me, and I play a piece that will later be a full piece. I wrote it as an intro for this album, but it's going to be a full piece probably on my next project. But check that out. I think you would really enjoy this journey, and it'll be on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, and Apple Music in a few days. It's actually uploading now to those places. If you stream, one of the things that I'm asking, I've asked and I'll continue to ask, and I'll make mention of, is if you stream the album, and if you really enjoy the album, to help me out with my efforts, if you would consider dropping a tip via Patreon, PayPal, or Cash App, or either purchasing something from my music store, it would be greatly appreciated to help me to continue on with these efforts, make more music, and continue to just bring you as much music as possible, which is what I'm really trying to do. So yeah, all right, so Nook and Cranny, this is where we'll end for this Mood Monday. Now, I wanted you all to drop some comments about how you're doing, and I haven't gotten a lot yet because I really care to converse with you about your weekend. So if you could drop a line, and even if you watch this after the fact, drop a line, because I respond to all comments. All right, Nook and Cranny, here we go. So, and I'm going to be doing this with all these like little sayings that we say and like kind of don't know where they came from. All right, so the idiom originated in the 14th century, and it combines nook, being used from the mid-1300s, which means a distant corner, with cranny, in usage since 1440, which means a crack or gap. So a corner, a crack, or gap. From the one part, nook was from the 1300s, cranny is from the 1400s. And at some point it got combined together. That I'm interested in. I think maybe this is how in this next part. So it says the most possible oldest printed record of the idiom can be found in a book named Scottish Scenery by James Creary, published in 1803. All right, now here's the excerpt. Here's an excerpt or the excerpt from Scottish Scenery. Now, when I read this, I don't know what the hell. Even though I can appreciate poetry and literature, right? But this is some off the this is some off the wall shit right here. But here's where Nook and Cranny was first mentioned and published in 1803, or printed record. Okay, in fact, this is perfect music, right? Hold on, let me put this next song right here is called Home, and I'm gonna read this to my piece Home, right? Just to make it funny. What's up, Jonathan? Thanks for watching. Eddie, thanks for watching. How you doing, brother? How's the music going, bro? It was an honor being able to play with you for that wedding, man. And it was fun. I hope all is well. Y'all drop me a message. Let me know how your Monday and how your weekend went. All right, so here we go. To my song Home. Here's Scottish Scenery, James Creary. Yet, how endure the winter's surly rage, the deadly nipping of the northern blast? And it has a question mark at the end, so I had to read that with that inflection. The piercing frost, the mass of drifted snow that smooths the valley with the higher ridge, and every winding nook and cranny fills. Excuse me. And as a question, it's posed as a question. And every winding nook and cranny fills. Let gracious heaven and mercy pitying spare, and save the unhappy solitary wretch, by fate exposed to wild inclement skies, but grant a sounder mind to such as brave from choice the dread artillery of God. I have no fucking idea what any of that meant. Any idea. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I just saw your message. I really appreciate you. Thank you. And thank you for your support. Jennifer said deep. So look, Jennifer. Hey, Jonathan. Thanks for watching. How's your weekend? How's your weekend going, Jennifer? I mean, how was your weekend? How's your Monday going? So, all right. Now, I'll give the benefit of the doubt that is deep, right? But I have no idea what any of that meant, right? And I'm a literature guy. I'm a poet dude, right? I started off as a poet before I got into being a hip-hop artist and writing lyrics. Glad to hear that, Jennifer. Glad to hear that. And thanks for joining me. So, I have no idea what any of that just meant. I mean, and what first got me was the question marks in the places where it wasn't clearly questions, but it was posed in that kind of inflection. So that is where the first printed record of the term nook and cranny appeared. I'm going to find where the first printed record of shucking and jiving appeared. And I'm going to start doing this. This is going to be a part of my content from now on. Because I thought about this for a while and I decided today, you know what, I'm going to start talking about these kind of things. So that's nook and cranny. That's where it first was mentioned as far as a printed record. And that's what it means. Hey, Karina, thanks for watching. Now, past that, I think probably my next one that I'm going to do is shucking and jiving, right? Y'all ever noticed that you can't have shucking without jiving? Like, you never heard anybody talk about somebody, look at him over there shucking around, right? Now, you can say jiving, but really, we don't even say jiving. We just call somebody jive, like a jive turkey, right? But yeah, I guess I've heard jiving too. Like, stop jiving around. But you can't have shucking without jiving. You can have, yeah, that's what it is. You can't have shucking without jiving. You can have jiving without shucking, but you can't have shucking without jiving. So I'm gonna look that up next, and maybe I could do a funny little thing about like where that came from or whatever. And yeah, some of these other like really funny sayings. So that's about it for me for Move Mondays this Monday. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm looking forward to getting back into the saddle. Maybe I think one thing I need to do is to carve out a time so that way you all can have a time to look forward to instead of just doing it at a random time on Mondays. And we'll get back because I used to have a lot of fun, especially when I would go on my walks and do Move Monday. So at any rate, thank you so much for joining me today. Look out for my GoFundMe. I hope that you can find it in your heart to help with the goals that I'm setting. Check out this my newest project, Key Reflections, on my website at aaronhilltv.com. Click on the music tab. I hope you really enjoy this. Look out for it on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, and Apple Music in a few days. If you stream it, please consider dropping a tip to help me with my efforts through those means that you'll see there. Watch the music video on my YouTube page with all these songs together in a 1-hour video. Drop a line, let me know what you think. And then, yeah, go look up this Nook and Cranny thing. Read this, it's on my page, I just posted it. So read this from James Cleary's Scottish Scenery, where Nook and Cranny first appears, and tell me if it's me. Maybe it's all of us. Maybe he just was on some tip that's just far beyond I understand. So I did post the link. Oh, Jennifer, which link are you talking about? The GoFundMe or the link to this this Nook and Cranny article? If you're talking about the Nook and Cranny thing, it's on my page. I just posted it at the top. And I'll be posting a link for my GoFundMe probably tomorrow. I'm probably going to have it done and posted tomorrow. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. This is the end of my song, Home. Finally home, right back where I belong. That's the lyric to that. And it's on. Oh, sweet. Okay, Jennifer. So as soon as I finish this live stream, look out for the link right below where you just posted that. I'm gonna post a link. And it's to my website, aaronhilltv.com. Click on the music tab. All right. I hope y'all enjoyed that. That was Home. That was written in 2012. So on that tip, I hope you all have a great rest of your Monday. Thank you so much for joining me. I don't take it for granted that you spent a few moments of your time. And yeah, I'll be looking forward to responding to your comments, and I look forward to talking to you again very soon. So join me for the rest of my content this week, and then look out for the next Move Monday. See ya. Have a good one. Peace.